Welcome to Pragya. I present a full course on machine learning. We'll discuss all aspects of machine learning. I will also teach you how to make models and write programs for the same. In the first session, I will give an introduction to the vast topic of machine learning. We must know what is a cognitive function. It comprises of four steps. Number one, perception. Number two, reasoning. Number three, learning. And number four, problem solving. This is the gift of God to human beings. Artificial intelligence is a discipline, a science created by researchers to mimic cognitive functions of the human beings in machines. Remember, in machines, we are trying to build the cognitive functions. Some technologies evolved to enable artificial intelligence in solving day to day problems. Some of them are robotics, autonomous vehicles, and machine learning. What is machine learning? What is artificial intelligence? What is deep learning? These are the three terms used by the IT savvy persons. Are they same or are they different? Let's look at it. Artificial intelligence was started in the early 80s. It was done using programming languages like Lisp and Prolog. There, everything is rule based. For example, if if an animal, a four-legged animal, if it barks, then it's a dog. This is a simple example. So even complex problems like medical diagnosis, Ayurvedic diagnosis, Siddha diagnosis, etc., can be coded in these programming languages, and an intelligent machine can be established. In fact, artificial intelligence is an umbrella concept. Although at the start the artificial intelligence was considered to be a rule-based system, it has evolved over the years, and it gave rise to two important subfields: the machine learning and deep learning. What is machine learning? Machine learning is basically learning from the past and predicting or estimating the future. For instance, if you are trying to hire a house for your living and you have chosen an area and you do not know what is the rent you have to pay or what is the right rent, what is justifiable rent. If we collect data of consisting of two columns, one is the area of the square feet, area of the house in square feet, and the rent paid, then one can make a model, a simple linear model, and can estimate what is the correct rent payable for a house in that area for a given square feet of area. There are many applications of machine learning have been created. What is deep learning? It's nothing but machine learning, but it's a complex machine learning. It's not the idea is not complex, but It can handle complex problems like facial recognition in countries like India and China, where the population is so huge. Or if you want to do translation, then deep learning will be essential. What is deep learning? It is machine learning created with artificial neural networks, deep artificial neural networks. What is meant by deep? We have a number of hidden layers. This will be clear when we go ahead. Deep learning is the current area of research. Machine learning is programming computers to optimize the performance criteria using data or past experience. In the example I gave you about finding the right rent for a house, if you have more data, you are likely to come out with a better model. The accuracy improves. So it's an optimization problem. You try to optimize what is the current rent in that area for a house of a given dimension. It is simply learning from the past and predicting the future. Can we apply this to all programs? No. Is there a need to calculate payroll using machine learning? Not at all. It's used when the human expertise does not exist. The instances such as navigating to Mars or the moon may call for applying machine learning. It is also used when the humans are unable to explain their expertise. A good example is speech recognition. We have the expertise, but we are unable to explain it. The third application of machine learning is solution changes in time. If you take a large computer network, you will definitely agree that the traffic on the network will keep changing every moment. So you want to make a model to predict what could be the traffic at a given time. So with the help of data and machine learning, one can find a solution to determine the estimated traffic at a given time of the day. Machine learning can also be applied where the solution changes in particular cases. A good example would be a bank. All banks are similar, but they are also different. So if you make a solution for one bank, then if you want to apply it to other banks, then machine learning is the best solution. The last one is very important. So it is used to cross-check human decisions. For instance, there are fly-by-wire aircrafts. The pilot takes a decision, and you want to check whether it's correct or not. You can do it with machine learning. In fact, there was a very interesting case study reported. There was a patient who was diagnosed with world-leading experts, and they diagnosed that he has cancer. When the data was fed to a machine learning algorithm, it predicted that he doesn't have cancer. The doctors were surprised, and then they agreed, yes, the person doesn't have cancer. See the help a machine learning can give to humanity. There's another interesting episode that occurred in the year 1997. You know, chess is a difficult game. It requires a lot of thinking, a lot of research, and for a person to become a chess champion, it takes years. Gary Kasparov is the world champion of chess. He was defeated by a machine, IBM's Deep Blue. It may appear to be very simple, but it illustrates the power of machine learning. In fact, in the year 1959, an American computer scientist, Arthur Samwell, he coined the term machine learning. 6 years later, a Ukrainian mathematician, Alexei, developed the first learning algorithm for supervised multi-layer artificial networks. He didn't call it deep learning, but it is the birth of deep learning. So why the sudden explosion? Why people are getting more and more attracted day by day? It was because the computing power was the crux of the problem. It was not available at lower cost earlier. Day by day, the computing power is increasing. Today, graphical processing unit, which helps in number crunching, comes with the speed of 16 gigaflops, that is 16 giga floating point operations per second, at a throwaway price of $300. If you put them together, then it can do wonders. There is one reason why machine learning is becoming popular. The other reason is availability of data. It is because of the explosion of internet and social media. Social media produces large amounts of data. It produces exabytes of data every day. 1 exabyte, it is 1 followed by 18 zeros bytes. You can imagine how large is the data that is created every day. By the year 2020, the next year, 40,900 exabytes of data would have been generated. Therefore, we can safely assume that the growth of speed of computing and generation of phenomenally high volume data are the enablers of machine learning. There are some more enablers. In fact, the World Wide Web is one of the major contributors. It was opened to the public in the year 1991. Amazon came out with an innovative idea. It created cloud-based storage and computing power to masses at a very low cost. That happened in the year 2002. And in 2004, Facebook was launched by Zuckerberg. There are millions and millions of users of Facebook. In the year 2004, the internet paradigm became more active, more dynamic. So that interested the software professionals world over. Simultaneously, the cost of disk storage was also dropping down. It came down to 79 cents from $277 a decade ago. DRAM, dynamic random access memory, one of the crucial components of computing, also dropped in price. While the storage capacity increased, the price was dropping. The price is $158 per gigabyte in 2005 compared to $30,000 in 1995. So in 10 years, there's a paradigm shift in terms of the storage facilities. 2005 is also the year when YouTube was established. In the year 2006, Hinton, the father of deep learning, he demonstrated a way to pre-train the artificial neural networks with what is known as a deep belief network before deploying backpropagation. These concepts will clear as we go along. In fact, Hinton is known as the father of deep learning. Apple CEO Steve Jobs introduced iPhone in January 2007. In the beginning, it might not have made much sense, but it gave rise to a new paradigm of smart telephones. Today, I don't use my laptop more than the smartphone. You can get everything done in the smartphone. I'm sure you will also do that. You will also be doing that. Microsoft and Google and other contributors, they also introduced clouds for seamless computing from any corner of the world. You don't have to own a physical infrastructure. In the year 2017, Google, the leader of machine learning, they proposed a tensor processing unit, TPU, with 180 million teraflops. If you try to find out how much it is, it may exceed the speed of supercomputers a few years ago. Dear viewers, in this first video, I gave a brief intro to machine learning. I also gave you a motivation for learning machine learning. I'll continue this with a series of videos. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel so that you get the updates automatically. Thank you for watching. Till we meet next time. Bye bye.